Claudina McMahon is one of the UK's top 10 life coaches and has helped thousands of tired teachers, stress support staff and harried heads. Now she's received a request for help from a senior leadership team in Manchester who could do with being pointed in the right direction.
Well, here I am today at Boker Vale Primary School, and the senior management team have been going through quite a few changes and challenges. Well, I tell you what, why don't you have a look for yourself?
One of the members of the team left last summer, so it was an opportunity to have a look at the structure of the senior leadership team and maybe to try and engineer a way of making it more effective and more efficient. We've got myself as head teacher, Gloria, who's the deputy head, who's very experienced, an assistant head, who is Fiona, and then beneath the three of us are three more inexperienced members of staff in terms of leadership, and they have different remits under the teaching and learning responsibility payments. I think the major challenge that we face as a team is the fact that we're trying to knit together some experienced members of the team and some very inexperienced members of the team, and we want to try and work as well as we can in terms of using our various expertise in different ways and channeling that through to ensure the team as a whole work as an effective unit.
As a new manager, I find one of the problems that I'm facing is people are saying things which are inappropriate to say to a member of the management team. Because I've been a teacher before and I'm new to this role, they're still saying things to me, as we said last year, as teachers.
I feel I've got quite a dominant personality, so I think perhaps the problem with that would be that I need to sort of stand back and let the inexperienced members of the team put forward their ideas.
Not only am I a full-time crash teacher, I'm doing quite a few clubs, doing ICT as a coordinator, which always takes up a lot of time, and then trying to fit in some management points as well.
Ian, Gloria and I meet informally every day, but because the other members of the team, their main role really is still the class teaching. So sometimes I think they're missing bits of information.
I'm the SEN coordinator as well, which is quite difficult. It's quite a big role. It feels never ending, and that and being a classroom teacher, I don't feel I have a lot of spare time, and I don't always feel I know exactly what my role should be.
I would like the team to get help in some direction, so I would really like Claudina to help us get together to say where are we going to go from here and have that clear vision.
Well, I think it's now time for me to go in and meet them all.
Well, teams are made up of different personality types, and balance is really needed to make a team work. I've already sent everyone a questionnaire to see what kind of personalities they have. I'm going to have a talk with everyone, and then I'm going to give them a team building exercise to see how they really work together.
So, Ian, I'm here today to talk to you and the rest of your team about some of the challenges that you face. Tell me a little bit, what are those challenges?
First and foremost is the fact that the team is fairly new, and we're developing really some ideas about how best to affect change within school and move the school forward by using the group as a whole. OK, so if I were to ask you about your personal strengths, what do you think they are? I've worked in several schools in management capacity, so I do bring some experience to the team. But also I'm a good listener. I allow people to develop ideas. I'm not afraid to challenge convention perhaps and do things differently.
I've learnt how to take some decisions off the cuff. Okay. I've also realised that making snap decisions are not sensible most of the time. Mm-hmm. So I do think it's experience and being able to weigh up a situation.
Well, I think I'm quite hardworking. I'm quite conscientious, so I like to do things well when I do them, and I think I can follow tasks through.
Organisation, memory, I can remember lots of things. Approachable.
OK, that's great. And suppose I reverse that and say, if I were to ask you about your limitations, what would you say is a limitation?
I possibly get involved too much and maybe over-concerned about how everybody's going to feel. I don't like confrontation, so we'll avoid that at all costs.
I often take on too much. A lot of my evenings after school are taken up with clubs.
Try and do too many things at once and end up falling between two stools perhaps.
Yeah.
I can be quite disorganised, and I also tend to start lots of different tasks, then, you know, can get a bit overloaded by doing that.
Possibly knowing when to stop interfering. if I'm being entirely honest.
Okay.
I don't like confrontation.
Right, so maybe sometimes you let things slip and they would be better addressed?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I take you as an individual and then put you into the group and you look at the team as a whole, what do you think are the team's strengths?
We're enthusiastic. We all still enjoy our jobs. We're open to new ideas and challenges.
A variety of backgrounds, so we've all got different inputs to give.
There are the senior managers and their middle managers. The middle managers get on really well, and we do communicate a lot between the three of us. Likewise with the senior managers, but we are able, both middle and senior, to go and speak to each other quite openly.
We all think the same and feel the same about which direction the school should be going in and how to affect the change necessary within school to make it a better school.
Okay. And if I were to do the reverse of that again and say, as a team, where do you think your team limitations are?
I think from the inexperience of three members of staff, certainly, that there are times there are issues that their inexperience does show through.
The jobs that we envisioned are not really what they've become due to various reasons, really. So I think when the new members of the team joined, there's been a lot of pressure that maybe they didn't realise would be there.
We don't often have a clear focus. It's a bit unsure about what we actually do as a middle manager, and with the senior managers, perhaps for them to hand more over.
Okay, last question. If I were a fairy godmother and I had this magic wand and I could come along and I could turn the whole thing into whatever you would want, the ideal team, what would it look like?
I think that each individual member of the team would have their own particular strength, which would complement every member on the team.
Responsibility for a specific area. I don't know what that would be.
I think if people gave us time to all get together, because it is hard with certain people teaching and other people not having teaching roles, trying to get together.
Have a lot more focus, but within the staff as well, so the rest of the staff know our focus, rather than thinking, well, can we talk to them, can we not talk to them, what role are they in, that kind of thing.
Okay, that's fantastic. Well, Stephen, you're the last person that I'm seeing, and I've got a nice little exercise organised for you. So come with me and we'll go and see the rest of the team. Well, I've got an exercise worked out that should highlight how this team actually operates. There's a shed in pieces. There aren't all the tools that they need to put it together. Oh, and what's more, they're going to be under a time pressure. So let's just see how they manage. Now, what I'd like you to do is to take off your blindfolds. And what you will see here is some wood. There are some tools, and you've got half an hour. Build me a shed.
Okay, come on.
Right, watch the window. Blimey, this is heavy. Well, how do you fix it together?
Has somebody opened the packet of bits that we've got?
Oh, Stephen's got it.
Now, there's a reason why I haven't given them any instructions and I haven't given them all the tools that they need, because that parallels school's life. I mean, after all, you don't have all the resources that you would like, and sometimes you haven't got the instructions that you need either. You've got to just kind of put the whole thing together. And so really, it's all about, this is more like real life than they think it is.
Is that the floor?
That could be the roof, yeah, she's right.
Come on, Stephen, what are we doing? Is this a side?
Is that for the floor? Yeah. Is the bottom the same? Have a look.
I think it'll turn round, because the window will be at the top, and if you look at the slats on the panel, this is upside down now.
This is upside down, according to Lindsay.
So the floor won't just sit on the ground like that,
No.
It'll have stilts going along the side, the edges.
Yeah.
Have you done this before?
Yeah, I think she must have done it.
No, my dad's a builder.
Oh, wow.
I don't think they're for that, Ian.
Have you never built a shed before?
I've never seen a shed before. Shed looks like. Come on, let's go a bit quicker.
Well, what do you want us to do? We might as well put this down because we're going to be stood here and doing nothing, aren't we?
When you're in a meeting or something like that, you've got your professional hat on, and so you don't really get to always see the personality that's underneath. But an exercise like this, it kind of cuts through that, and you get to see who the people really are and how they really get on together.
Come on, Lindsay. I thought you said you'd never built a shed before.
No, Stephen told us to do this.
Shouldn't you turn this the other way around and nail the bits to it?
Nails stick up.
Yeah, they need to stick down.
Well, I knew that. I was just checking.
I was agreeing. So
How are they going to work?
you nailed it.
Those ones are definitely for the felt.
Yes, they are. And those are for like the hinges and everything.
So we put the hinges on first, and then put it onto the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
With
Do we need a hammer?
I've got a hammer.
we can't.
So we've got
No, a
long
screwdriver.
nails, are they too long?
You
Screwdriver.
want a screwdriver?
Put one there. And then I reckon that's all we need because it's not going to...
We could have done with one of those.
Power drivers,
Electrical.
yeah.
It only needs 2 in. Just put 2 in, one at the top and one at the bottom.
20 minutes!
If you lift it up, lift it
I
up.
was thinking that it has got a
That's
little...
it. So it's got a ledge. So down and further towards Emily.
Yeah, it won't matter too, but
alright,
it won't be
won't it?
exact, will it?
Yeah, it will matter if you can't open the door.
Well, we'll find out, won't we? In about 20 minutes, we'll know.
I think your end is too high. Just pull it out slightly.
Here.
Yeah.
There you go. Is that right?
It's gonna be that.
With a screw.
A nail, I think.
I put a nail in it, yeah.
10 minutes left.
Keep going, Stephen. Come on, stop messing about. What?
That's all right.
It doesn't matter.
One to go in.
He's bent the nail.
Stephen, leave. If it's in, that's okay.
Lindsay, how are you doing? I can't see.
I'm stopped at the moment.
Stephen's just spotted a fatal flaw.
What?
He thinks one of these at the bottom should have gone for the roof, to hold the roof up.
Oh well, it'll be all right.
Okay, fine.
You've got 3 minutes left.
That's good, Lindsay.
Well done.
Now do the same with the
Here's
other side.
Do this.
There's got to be something to go across. Can you see? And I think we've done it. We've put it underneath.
They were all the same colour,
Length.
weren't they?
Yeah. So we just assumed, didn't we? We didn't plan.
Half an hour's up. Stop where you are. Half an hour. A shed up. Well, almost up. Not bad going. I tell you what, you must be frozen by now.
No, we're not cold at all.
Why don't we go and have a cup of coffee?